We are live, everyone. Hello and welcome, heroes, to the Crit Academy Descent into Avernus, Part 10. Really excited for today. A lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for joining us. We hope that you enjoy what you see here today. If you do, consider checking out our show. I am the host of the Dungeons & Dragons discussion podcast, Crit Academy. And some of these guys on here are my co-hosts. I don't know where they're at on the screen, but so you can join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm really excited for tomorrow, or not tomorrow, today's Friday. On this Sunday's episode, we are going to be talking about Live to Tell the Tale. I'm really excited because Keith Amon is joining us, writer of this bad boy, Live to Tell the Tale, which is an absolutely awesome book. All about combat tactics for players. So I think that'll be a really great episode for people to join.
A very good one.
On some other good news, we just opened up our what is it called for the Kickstarter there? The pre-launch page for our Kickstarter. You can find that at follow us on our Facebook and social media. It's posted everywhere. So I'm super excited for our Memorable Monsters Kickstarter. It launches on August 4th. So if you are interested in getting fully fleshed out monsters that are more than just stat blocks, consider checking it out. Go over to our social media at Crit Academy and check that stuff out. Click that notify button. Helps us a lot, even just clicking the notify button. So I think we got a really interesting episode for you guys today. We're doing something a little different. As you recall, we left off with our heroes. They were in a cathedral and they were saving, damn it, Ravengard?
Yeah, Ravengard.
Oh, the leader of Baldur's Gate. He was being tormented. He had a helmet on that was communicating with both Torm and some devil or demon or something. And
Baphomet!
Baphomet was ripping his kind of head apart.
I remember now.
And that's kind of where we left off. This week we're doing something a little different. I have mentioned before on the show during our streams, well, by me, I mean the character that plays Garmor, or the player that plays Garmor today. Or Chiron normally, has talked about introducing our Azure Crows, which is a group from our Storm King's Thunder campaign. So today we are actually going to take off following them. In a previous episode, I had mentioned that they had already descended into Avernus ahead of our current crew. So we're going to follow them today and see what they've been up to. But because you guys haven't met these characters yet, we're gonna go around the round table here. Please tell us who you are, what character you're playing, and something interesting about that character. Let's start with Ian.
Alright, first off, I am playing Joram Noman, who is a half-elf hexblade warlock.
Ooh.
He always comes up with some rather, shall we say, unconventional tactics.
Yes.
If you listen to our podcast, you've heard about a couple of them.
So. We have had many adventures with being surprise investigators. Surprise inspectors.
Investigators.
Like reading a giant's book. Or reading a giant's book in the middle of a battle.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So,
Good
awesome.
stuff.
How about...
Actually, Austin wasn't there for that.
No, Austin joined much later, I think.
Yep. That was pretty
Yep.
late.
He did.
Austin, why don't you go next?
Hello. I'm Austin. I'm a co-host at Crit Academy.
Clipboard.
And I am running Raven the Crow, which probably inspired the reason for some of the name here, although it wasn't his idea, which is even better. He is the grappling hook god, as was noted by a few players, and he is a rogue assassin. However, to kind of get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty of him, he was actually an acolyte, which is very weird for an assassin, but, you know, life happens. Sometimes you gotta
There's
murder
story
people.
behind that, isn't there? If I remember right.
There's a lot, but we'll
Little
skip
dark
that for now.
a-hole. All right.
Yeah, I had to make money!
And last but certainly not least, our buddy Matthew.
I'm Matthew, and I am playing Garmor, a Circle of the Moon druid. He is, oh gosh, didn't put much emphasis on his personality.
Yeah, I know.
Seems to be a common trend with your characters, I feel like.
That's not true. I think his
No,
paladin
no,
Chiron
yeah, Chiron
is
is
pretty
actually
good.
pretty fleshed out, so that was pretty good.
He's a bit of a loner. He has the Outlander background, so he travels a lot
Quite literally.
around the. Yeah. He despises people who wrongly encroach upon force, especially if it's just for, like, say, poachers. He will murder them.
He don't mess
And
around.
stuff like that.
Ah!
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
That's savage.
He just straight up just murder man, put him in the dirt. He's like, Mother Nature will take better care of you than I would.
That's funny.
Crazy.
All right, so
I like that.
because of that, I want to give a quick rundown of what's happening previously. Our adventurers have taken up the mantle just like every other group of adventurers. Everyone's been called to help save Elturel. As your crows, I think you all are level 12. We're
Yes.
one of the first sets of group. What's that?
2 of us.
No,
I gave
I'm level
I gave
12
Austin a level.
Yep.
I'll be passing that
That's
shit out
fair.
like candy. Actually, I think I said it in the episode show last week. Anyways, so they are one of the first groups to take their path into Avernus and have been skulking about trying to find a way to free Elturel from this chains that bind it. The team decided the best idea would be to try to approach the one who's responsible to begin with. And that would be Archduke Zariel. And so they have tracked for months and months through the first layer of the Nine Hells, Avernus. You guys have seen all manner of horrors and oddities, from vehicles powered by souls to currency that is in and of itself a soul trapped in a coin. You have gone and had to do some questionable things to get information, making deals and bargaining with devils, demons, and anybody else who would help you find the location of Zariel's flying fortress. And in your investigation, you actually acquired some rare details. And it cost you a pretty penny. It made you guys a little uncomfortable trading for coins of souls, but you're able to get precious information on the best place and opportunity to try to gain access to her fortress. And that would be when it's...
I'm so glad we spent that money.
What's that?
It would not stop screaming at me. I'm so glad we spent that money. It would not stop screaming at me.
That's funny. You guys have made it to
And
the...
piece of a dick.
You guys have made it to the Stygian docks, one of the very few places that the flying fortress stops occasionally to refuel. You see this massive iron structure that appears to be like a pair of docking arms that straddles the river Styx. This big green ethereal-like lake, and you see this energy that extends up out of the river. These large, heavy clamps and chains and bars are fixed to these docking arms that lash to a large vessel that you can see. You can only, based on your interactions with the devils and demons, if you believe what they're telling you, this is Zariel's floating fortress. You've seen it arrive. You guys have been scouting it for a while. You've managed to do some pretty good investigative work at this point. You see this, as you look upon this gigantic basalt citadel shaped like a sword blade, is docked kind of in the water. This flying fortress thrums as screaming souls from the river Styx are drawn up into its base. You don't have much time, but you've gathered a few pieces of information. You've taken out a few of the watchtower guards to get here, but unfortunately there's a few that bar your path. And beyond that, you've discovered there might be a few different options to actually access the fortress. I need perception checks from everyone, please.
That is the wrong die for me to use.
24.
All right, that's going to be a 20.
Give me a sec. Perception plus 5. Natural 20, 25.
Woo!
Wow, we all did really well.
All right, so Garmore, as you are sneaking around predatory-like, what kind of form would you be? What kind of form would you be taking? Oh, the invisibility form. That's a good one. Bye. Okay, we'll go back around to the rest of you guys.
Sure.
Austin. So as you're...
I just realized.
What?
I just realized he froze.
Yeah, he did. That's why I said he took on the invisibility form, because he's gone.
Yep, now he's gone. Poof.
Austin, or I'm sorry, Raven the Crow, you are Batman slinging through the air from big giant from building top to different boulders and stuff that are kind of like pillars sticking up out of the red and green dark ground. And you have actually identified that the place where the souls are being absorbed, this kind of intake pipe, seems to be a grilled vent at the bottom that may be big enough for you guys to squeeze in through. Then Joram, as you're kind of watching and observing the different happenings going on around the ship, you spot several of the flying demon and devils floating around, and you see them kind of land on the top and disappear out of sight. You can only assume that there must be some sort of rooftop hatch or entrance on the top of this thing 450 feet up.
Oh, shit.
Is Garmore back?
Garmore is back.
He is.
Garmore, you managed to get a really good investigative look at this. What form would you take to do your investigation as a shapeshifter, or would you not bother?
I'm
not gonna make you consume one of your skill checks, your wild shapes, if that's what you're worried about.
I guess he would be a simple jet black raven with red eyes.
All right. So as you were swooping around, flying, trying to keep your distance from several of the flying spine devils and other creatures that you aren't quite sure what they are, you identified what could possibly be the source of the floating fortress's power. These giant bell-like contraptions that appear to float around the outside of the fortress, but unfortunately they are massive, like building size. But you've identified those as the source that allows this thing to fly. And
Okay.
of course, you have noticed several of the devils loading stuff up, so you could go the more stowaway route if you would like. How do you guys want to approach infiltrating Zariel, the archdevils, archdevil, I forget which it is.
Duchess.
The archdevil's fortress?
Okay, first off, I'm using my Mask of Many Faces invocation to basically, at will, cast Alter Self myself.
Okay, and what do you alter yourself into?
Oh, basically, Jorm is only a half-elf. Basically, a slightly altered version of him, only with red skin, yellow cat-like eyes, horns popping out of his forehead. He's also wearing a riverboat gambler suit with a top hat, and all of it is purple, and the horns are going through the brim.
This is genius. We have a plan. I have a plan to work with this.
Surprise
Because I am
inspection.
proficient with a disguise kit. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to high roll right into this place. This is going to be beautiful. And all I have to do...
Problem,
Well, if that
problem knows not to speak infernal.
I speak Infernal. I can be an interpreter.
and if that fails, we can just pass without a trace right in and do stowaway.
Okay, so
We're brilliant.
so
We have so many options.
make sure I've got this right. Jorum's body begins to twist and contort and grows horns and gets, cat-like eyes. And what does Raven the Crow mask himself as with his
How should I go
disguise kit?
about this?
And I'll need a disguise
Because-
kit check.
Because the problem is with this is how do I make my could I make myself look like an infernal? Like a devil of sorts?
You can certainly try.
I'm not sure. Because the thing is like I don't know what actually entails. Hold on, let me look up a disguise.
Okay.
Why am I?
Have you ever seen an
'Cause the
actor
problem-
put
I
on
guess, yeah.
makeup? That's basically what a disguise kit is. Now, there's some really good makeup out there, and there's really good
Right.
things you can do. So this will 100% come down to your skill check and how you do on that.
Hmm.
Not gonna lie, I was totally picturing cardboard cuts of horns taped to his forehead.
Actually, depending on what he rolls, I've got a few ideas. So,
Alright.
but he's got to give me that.
I'm
What
actually.
is it?
It's your.
Is there any modifier?
Nope,
or is
just
it
your, if you've got the toolkit, it's just the proficiency, your proficiency bonus. What were you gonna say, Matthew?
I was actually kind of reminded of the sci-fi series Face Off.
Yes.
Damn. Well, thankfully, because of reliable talent, it gets treated as a 10 because it does use my proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So it only goes to a 14, unfortunately.
Oh, so horrible for you. So,
Ooh.
you
Still
start
bad.
you start rifling through your packages, and you've got you take your lipstick and you spread it. Usually use it for your woman disguises, but you're gonna get creative. You start rubbing it on your face, making your face look as red as you can get it. You start pulling down your sleeves and then making your hands all red, and basically you minimize the effect of your body of what's showing. But you realize in order to be a devil, you need to come up with some sort of horns. So you start digging around for some rocks and boulders that are just about the shape you got. You only find one good one, and so you put putty on the end and stick it right to your forehead. So
Not awful, as long as I can keep the sneaking on. As long as I can pass it off.
and how is Garmor going to make this work?
You can stay as a bird and be on my or be on Jorm's shoulder, actually. Who would think?
Nah,
Who
I'm
would
gonna be
even
on
bother?
Jorm's.
Who would even
Oh,
think of
yeah, I'm gonna be on Jorm's shoulder.
Okay.
it? See,
As
he
a
looks like-
crow?
Can I bird on you?
Yeah.
and then I can just speak for you.
All right.
Alternatively, I guess I could have just stayed as like a human and like shackled myself and like just kind of like got yoinked around by you. Could have done that.
All right. So
Do you have a pair of shackles?
I do. Too.
of course he does. As much as I
I
talk
have so much
gonna say,
stuff,
as
dude.
mu- as much
you
as-
have no idea.
as much shit as we've talked about on how to get the most out of the rogue, other than just stabbing shit, I'm not surprised if he's got the whole entire adventurer kit in his pouch.
Quite a bit.
So,
Quite a
so
bit.
you guys have done a lot of investigative work. You really feel like you can get by this. You have a few remaining soul coins left that are being carried by your buddy Raven.
I still got money.
So at this point, the whole area around you kind of just trembles for a minute and shakes. The heat vents are blasting all around you, and you start to see this giant dagger-like 450-foot tall ship kind of tremble as you see the exhaust or the energy of the souls that's being pulled up from the river Styx kind of begins to relax, and it's kind of like a pool after somebody jumps in. It's kind of wavy as the souls splash back in. As you guys look, you can see some of the souls like stretching and reaching as if they're trying to climb out of this torturous river. Several of the devils, I keep wanting to say demons, damn it. Many of the devils are starting to pack up, and you hear kind of, who all can speak Infernal?
I can.
Just
I don't know
you?
about anyone else. Is it just me?
I think it's just you. So, Raven, as you guys I'm assuming you guys got your shit together and you're heading up the dock. Are you gonna pick anything up to carry to kind of enhance that, or are you just strutting up there with all the confidence you can muster?
Well, let's see. How high roller does Joram look in comparison to everyone else? Does it look like he should be having business here or not?
I'd say you guys think you look pretty good.
Joram, what do you look like again?
What?
Oh, I'm not hearing anything. Hold on. Try again.
Let's be real here. I look like a demon pimp.
Ah! You put some rocks right in your bra there.
Don't you mean a devil pimp?
Ha! I'm not the only one that did it.
I look like some sort of infernal something.
Right.
So
Any type of devil.
That's funny.
I'll to enhance the effect, I'll give. This is such a bad idea if everything goes wrong. I'm gonna tie my wrists together and hand the rope to Joram, so that way I look like I'm just kind of like bound to this guy, being like dragged around almost.
Okay.
And I'll be like, "You aren't supposed to speak to the master."
Ooh, I like that. So, do you respond at all there, Joram?
Ah.
All right. Wow. So we just lost him. That's okay.
Be silent, slave. Please speak when I tell you to.
All right.
Master. Yes, master.
As you guys approach with
Garmor's Raven form just pecks at Raven.
Perfect. Raven's just eating this ship. He's like, "Fuck, this sucks, but we're gonna get in there one way or another."
You're kind of flittering around, and you hear in kind of a raspy voice, "Hey, you! What are you doing? We got to get these shit. We have to get these boxes of souls back onto the ship. Zariel's gonna have the ship up and going any minute now. Hurry up!" She's looking at Joram as she says this.
Excuse me, do I look like I work for you?
You.
I was gonna say, wait.
Give me a. I need a religion check.
Oh.
15.
I'm sorry. What was that?
15.
15? Okay. So, as you're looking at this creature, you realize that it is
I'm bound to.
it's a bone devil, which they are very cruel taskmasters. And she's not super happy with you right now. Because what kind of devil are you?
That's a spit. I don't look like any type of devil in particular.
Okay. She said, she kind of lashes out.
Especially with probably all the clothes.
It's like a
and stuff on
mismatch
it.
of various things.
Who do you think you
you will.
are? Huh? The work needs to be done. Get on there or I'll have your soul ripped out and tossed you back to one of the lesser forms like a lemur or something. Huh?
Ha! You idiot! I don't even know what I am! I've always had this.
I have trouble with the proper response, DM.
Yes.
I
Because what he's saying and doing is counterintuitive to what you're trying to do overall.
Back to
perhaps I may interject and I will say, I am sorry. The master is just bringing me on board. I'm supposed to go to work on the ship. And if I may have
Give
to
me
do
a deception check, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
It is 27.
Oh, hallelujah. All right. Because
just straddle on by this.
one part of me is like, this thing would just try to kill you.
Right.
She says, "Oh, you're here for that. The jam is on the 3rd floor up, just below the toiletries."
Understood. As I'm speaking in Infernal, of course,
Oh, wait.
because I can speak that.
I know, but he can't.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you spoke in common, didn't you?
Uh-oh.
Something that we firmly established.
What's that?
Something that we very firmly established.
Yes, as you talk in common, she reiterates, "Why are you using such filthy tongue?" That she says in Infernal.
Uh,
God, man.
I cut back in again, I think, and say, what do I say with this? I make up some bullshit excuse.
Okay,
Like, I don't know.
Give me another deception check, please.
I make up some bullshit excuse, like the master doesn't use the infernal tongue because he often has deals in the mortal world, the human world. 12? Wait, no, sorry, 21. I forgot about reliable
Good.
talent. Just
You would
real
have
hard.
lost too because that was a 14. She says,
Oh, God.
you're one of those people. I'm so sorry for the torture that you have to undergo. Fine. Be on your way, but make sure to fix my... her kind of big bony head looks around. When you're done, report to my cabins on the 19th floor. I have some stuff that needs to be repaired.
I make very deep bows and say, yes, master. Yes, master.
And what is that filthy thing on your shoulder?
A
Bird.
gift from the mortal realm.
You know Zariel does not allow pets. Fucking bird.
Are you saying I cannot bring this idiot who went back in that deal and I curse him on board?
Well, I guess it's more of a slave than a pet. Fine, be on your way, but make sure you sign the right paperwork on your way in. And she kind of points into a little docket that as you're going up these stairs, there's a little like podium, and it has like a section of like a booklet, like a sign-in sheet, but it's made out of flesh, bleed, and it's you got to sign your name into it.
Oh.
I am familiar with clipboards.
But you have to sign it in Infernal. We gotta sign it in Infernal. Hold on. Before we do this.
She kind of looks back and is watching you as you guys approach.
So as
With a
you get to
curious
the
eye.
signage, I obviously take the step first, signifying that he is indeed my master and that I must do all the stupid shit for him. And I take out, as my hands are bound, and I start to write in what name. I write in Infernal. I just write in,
How about, do you want me to give you a devil name?
sure,
Valtuneth.
Baltaneth. I write it in real quick, and then we skitter along.
You hear a big chuckling roar kind of come from behind you. You should be signing yourself in as well, fool. You know Zariel wants to know all that happens upon her ship.
I sign in
Baldraz.
Baldraz. There you go.
Baldaz.
Baldraz and
point-
Vel.
I already changed the
Fuck.
page, so I forgot what it
At
called.
which
It doesn't
point-
Doesn't
matter.
matter,
At
man.
which
Okay.
point- At which point, Garmore, for a moment, leaps off of Jorm's shoulder and hard presses one of its talons into the flesh to signature the crow's
So you can
print.
put in the signature on the book.
Yes,
That's smart.
That's it.
and then flies back on.
That's
That's
clever.
really cool. I like that.
Just-
All right, so you guys start making your way through, and you've seen a lot of hellish equipment since you've arrived here for the last 3 months, but you haven't seen anything like this. This is it's something you haven't seen before. There are stones all over the wall that are constantly blinking different colors. You see devils of all different sizes, bearded devils, lemures. You see a couple of the imps and spine devils kind of floating around, bearded devils running, giving violent commands to some of the lower devils, kind of getting everyone in line. But as you're walking down this big, giant hallway type thing that looks almost like you're walking down a throat, the only sources of light are a few continual flame, green continual flame lights that you now, as you look closer, see that they're powered by you see little souls spinning inside of these things. These continual flame lanterns are actually powered by souls. These lights on these stones on the wall are flickering on and off everywhere you go. You see different devils running and hitting a few, turning a few knobs here and there. You see one here. All right, clear. I said clear, and you see a couple devils scrambling up on as he pulls this big giant bone lever, and the entrance that you came from starts to rise up, and you see several devils scampering in to get in, but they don't quite make it as it closes, and they break in half and fall. Their gooey innards kind of running down the door. He's like, I told him in. And he just kind of continues on his way.
Does Joram know message or some way we can relay information to each other while not talking?
That's a good thing to decide on right now.
No.
Like, nope.
Fuck. Okay.
And you're in beast form, Garmore, so you can't speak.
Yeah.
It's a good thing my passive perception is absurd,
However,
and that I know Infernal, because otherwise this would not work.
However, I will.
Do you know Elvish, Sylvan, Draconic, or Giant?
I know Giant and Elvish. And Draconic. And Infernal.
Say
in common.
Draconic.
Did you say Draconic? Okay, you didn't say Draconic. So Elvish and Giant, we can relay those to each other. But the thing is, if we say that at all...
I said Draconic. I said Draconic.
Oh, you said Draconic. Okay.
And actually do say Draconic. Ha! Idiots.
Thing is if we speak in any other tongue, they're probably going to find that really weird. So we can't.
Right back.
This is when things get tricky, because I'm basically every voice possible. I can't let Joram talk, because if he talks, we're fucked. And you're a crow, Raven. Raven Orca.
And I peck him.
Oh, Morse code, huh? One peck for peck for yes, 2 pecks for no.
I've thought about that, but see,
I
the thing is,
didn't
it's
think
like
of that.
It's like if I do a tap, or if I do 2 taps, it means yes. If I do 1 tap, it means no. If it means a whole hand press, that means run.
So we'll say that you guys have worked out a way to kind of share information, but we're gonna keep it limited, right? I don't think the non-talking animal is going to be able to say, I think I saw him go down the hallway 3 doors to the left and up some stairs.
Yeah, like we can't say that yet.
Like, he went that way.
Plus, I'd probably noticed that before all of us anyway.
So, as you guys are wandering about this massive... You see this I mean, the Bode Neville was bad enough with its big, giant, white, spiky body with its, like, insect-like wings. But this thing you ran in... one of these things you ran into, it almost looks very humanoid-like, but there's chains just lashing out of its body, wrapped around it, that almost seem to have a life of their own, giving constant orders. And as you guys are making your way down the hall, you come up to this big door, and he's standing there. He's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you in your right location? You know wandering the halls is forbidden without permission.
What floor are we on?
Right now you're still on the first entrance, so you're at the lowest level. You know Zariel is at the bridge at the very top, and the job you're supposed to do is like, what did I say, on like the 8th floor or something? I forgot.
19th,
I think you
believe?
said the third.
The third.
You said that I had a job to do on the 3rd floor, something about a jam that I had to take care of.
Okay.
By the Bone Devil. So that's what I'm going to relay to him in Infernal.
What did you guys say you were going to do, though? I think that was on the...
We're just trying to get to the top, right? And that's where we assume Zariel is?
Yeah.
I don't think we actually have confirmation of where she is yet.
We do not.
Well, okay. I am sharing with you that is part of the information that you gathered previously.
Okay.
So you know she's on the bridge at the top.
Okay, so we just have to...
You have to get there. That's the problem. And right now, there's a chain devil standing over top. You want to know why the hell you don't have a hall pass.
hall pass?
Yes, you know the rules. Zariel's very strict about lessers wanting free in her tower.
Do I have any information on the pecking order between a chain devil and a bone devil?
Give me a religion check.
Well, that's not the worst. Actually, no, this is good. Holy shit. 24.
Chain Devil's
Rolling.
definitely a little higher, I think. I hope I'm right. I'm just going by the CR rating because can't
That's
find the
probably
list.
fair. I relate to him about the bone devil saying that there was a jam on the 3rd floor and we had to go on our way up.
Yes. Renner has been complaining about that for months now. Her toilet doesn't work. I mean, come on, really? Just go like the rest of us.
So are we allowed passage? I'm assuming that is yes, but I don't know.
Well, I really should have some sort of written permission from Renner before I can let you go up.
So, seen what these passes look like?
Give me
have
an
we-
investigation check.
I'm assuming for Joram.
Intelligence. 19.
Good shit.
So you have noticed these tiny little, I would say these little tiny tablets. They're very thin, and people are sliding them through what looks like like almost like a demon's like
God.
mouth, and they
They
slide it
have
through,
like a credit card.
and it opens the doors.
Holy shit, we're like in the future right now.
So yes,
Look at my hand.
you have spotted some of these, but you do not have any. So right now, you either have to go back to Renner and get one, or you have to find a way to pilfer one from another person. Now,
Pilfering is
Look at
something
my
I'm
wrist.
surprisingly not good at.
aren't you a rogue?
They flick at my wrist. Shut up. With a flick of my wrist and casting prestidigitation, I conjure what looks like a badge. Just hold it up.
You know, if I see you do that, it don't work. You think your pitiful little magic trick? Hmm?
Worth a shot.
We shall go back to Renner to grab one of the passes.
Fine. You do that. Now, I want to be clear outside of character. The only reason that didn't work is because you did it right in front of him, and it's not like a materializing chip or anything.
I was gonna say, I'm like, why did you do it that way in specific?
Because you're standing right there. What's that?
Actually, it does conjure items. Actually, it does conjure items, so...
Yeah, no, I understand that, but these items, I would say it would have been better if you knew exactly what the item is, because you conjured an item in front of him, and they're not magical items, so that kind of, anyways.
Right.
I love the idea. If you would have went around a corner and came back a few minutes later, that probably would have worked.
That's why I made it pop out of my sleeve.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that. So, for clarification, you kept saying, yeah, but for some reason, when you jump in, there's almost like there's a
like a second delay
yeah,
before the mic picks you up.
before it picks you up. So that might be it. So I'll tell you what. Go ahead and I'll give him an intelligence check to see if he can beat your DC. He got a 14. I don't think that's gonna do it. I think you have a high DC, don't you?
Yeah.
And then we'll redo that, because I don't want you to lose credit because of a disconnect or something in the connection.
That's why I got this new mic over here.
That's fair.
The new one that wasn't working and we had to wait 5 minutes for you?
Yeah, it turns out my multi-USB port doesn't allow use of my new microphone, so I have to put it into my single USB port on my Surface Pro 7.
So, what was your DC your DC for the investigation check on the illusion, Ian?
My default spellcasting save DC 17.
Okay, so he doesn't. So I am going to undo what I just said because once again that was because of a mic cut
Retcon.
off. Yeah, we're gonna retcon that. He says, "Ugh. Okay. Don't let me catch you down here without ID next time, though. Okay? I'll try to have to hang you up in the cells. Understood? Or worse, turn you into a lemure. You don't want to be like old Galvorath last week." You look over and he points at just a slime thing slithering down the hall aimlessly. Yeah.
Cackle.
Good. I was gonna try to like touch you once just to affirm you, like say yes or like to say yes or something
Well,
to affirm.
if you're going up, you'll want to take that that lift over there, and you see a small imp slide a card through this thing, and the door goes, opens up, and he walks in, and it shuts.
With powerful magic. I assume we just go through.
It's up to you. Are you gonna go? He went in on his. He's down the hall, and he pointed to the lift you need to take. Are you guys?
Oh, then
going
yeah,
to do that?
we just, we take the lift. Or as I lead forward, I almost like tug the rope to motion that we have to go this way.
All right, so
I am big brain.
you guys get to the elevator, the
It's so
lift,
weird. The lift, yeah.
but you don't have a key. You still need a key. You managed to
Right.
trick the guy
Yeah.
from doing anything to you, but you still need a key.
Hmm.
He
How do we
turned
get
around
this?
the corner.
All right, so give me some
So,
give me some intelligence checks.
okay.
We're
How
gonna
do we get past
take
this?
that. We're gonna.
Draconic.
What's that? I heard
The
Draconic.
mother and Draconic quietly try to lift one off of the next boat we come across.
Okay.
I-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have no idea what he actually just said to me, but
He's gonna try to
my
li-
roll was low.
He's gonna try to lift one off of the next devil he pass.
Okay.
So I told Raven to lift one off the next devil we pass.
and you're gonna help him.
My
Let's have
hands
this-
bound? You're nuts, dude. I could probably do it if I just
Bro.
like bump into him, right? The old trick in the book. Bump into him like, oh. Sorry.
So Garmore, if you wanted to create a distraction, maybe shit on somebody in your bird form or something, or fly
You're
in
a
their face,
bird.
you might be able to distract him.
He would. Earlier, Garmore mentioned that his Raven form and other forms like it only have a 1 hit point. So if he gets hit, he's gonna revert back to his form.
Okay, so you don't want to help. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
In case you get bopped.
Yeah, I was just giving you options. You never have to take them. All right, so you guys start stumbling down the hallways, and you are just horrified by some of the stuff you start seeing. You see a devil walking. Let's pick a devil. Here we go. We'll go with this one. This one looks pretty. You see this odd sight. You've seen the bearded devil. You've seen the barbed devil. You've seen the spine devil. This thing kind of is odd though. It's very female-esque, and she has these big red wings with a long blue like whip. With she's wearing like this plate like armor, sword at her side, and she's sitting there with a woman bent over her knees as she is excuse me, sorry, I got an itch. She seems to be slowly devouring the insides of this lady. And she, as you guys approach, she looks up. Why are you interrupting my break? I don't get much time to enjoy myself. Shouldn't you have toilets that need cleaning?
Yank on the chain.
You ain't got-
As I get yanked a little bit, it's just
Ah, you've brought me a gift. I have not received one in such a while. Oh. She starts licking her lips, and she's looking she's looking Raven and the delicious crow are up and down. She's like, you're so generous.
How do we get past this? How do we get past this? Let's see.
She takes another drink.
I say that while I am delighted that you would have me for lunch, we'll say,
I do love guests.
Renar would be. What kind of devil is this? Is this a fairly high-ranking devil that I can gather?
Yeah, you can. She's clearly
like a step above the rest.
Give me a religion check.
Fuck. All right.
Matt knows what it is, but Garmor doesn't.
15.
You think it could be a succubus, but you're not sure.
Or it could be a Baylor with a fucking whip. Let's just not deal with that.
You can't
To
quite.
clarify, DM, this person is wearing some sort of armor.
Yep. She's wearing black and red armor. Plate armor.
Okay.
I say to Raven in Draconic, tell her I've invested too much into you to stop having fun with you yet.
You hear a chuckle in your mind. She says, "Oh yes, I love to play with my food too." As you realize she has telepathy.
Excellent.
So now, I need you guys. What save would that be? I need you guys to give me a, let's say, an intelligence saving throw to make sure she doesn't poke and prod and find something out about you after you wandered too close to her.
25.
Now, would you
I
get?
am steel this time.
What did you get, Ian? I heard a teen.
23?
20.
Okay.
Oh, 20.
20.
What about Garmor?
13.
Oh, that's not great.
But he's in. Well.
It doesn't matter. Your brain and all that stuff still takes.
Yeah, it's still.
Her eyes dart over as she looks at the crow. My, an intelligent one you are. She coils up her whip and snaps it and wraps it around you. You can choose to fight the grip the contested check if you want, but you're a fucking bird, so it seems highly unlikely you're going to be able to stop it. But I am willing to let you go ahead and try if you want to fight it and try to resist her.
Is this a
Am I
grapple
allowed
check?
to cut in by chance?
Hang on. What was your question, Garmor?
Is this a grapple check?
It would be a contested grapple check, yes.
Good, because I have a +6 even in this form.
Wonderful. Now, what were you saying, Austin?
I was going to say, if I could interject and say that this is a human that is trapped in the body of a bird.
Oh.
Because we did establish this before.
Yes. He already... she cracked her whip, so we're going to finish that up.
Okay.
She got a 13.
You have a chance, buddy.
You got this.
I pray for you.
At a +6.
13. 11.
Oh, so as the whip comes lashing out, it coils around you, you flap and you caw, and she says, "Ooh, you transformed, you polymorphed a creature into a portable pack. I love it. It's like a portable lunch. That is just..."
My raven form uses its mimicry ability, imitating the sound of a crying baby.
Nice.
It speaks as well. Briefly.
She says, "Oh man, I don't know how she would react to that."
I'm so fucking like, if something goes wrong, I'm bound. This is not ideal, guys. I can run at least, I guess.
Well, she can read your mind, so I think I know how she'll respond. She'll say
Well, she can read one of our minds.
her telepath.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Her telepathy goes out to 120 feet.
Yeah.
So she says, "You can pretend to be whenever you want, little one. But a bite-sized snack sounds just about right. How much will you sell this to me for?" As she looks over at Joram.
Ooh, I like your response for this. Minutes ago. What was it?
Well, at least you don't have to worry about the language barrier.
Yeah, actually, that's a total happy accident. I rolled
Yeah,
a,
definitely a very happy accident right now.
I rolled a die to determine what you're running into as we're going down here. Just like, hey.
Oh boy.
So what was your response, Garmor or Joram?
The price of this one, you would owe me not one, but 3 favors. It's a currency I deal with.
Ooh, would you be willing to sign on it? And she reaches around her back and pulls out like a scroll, but it's made of flesh, and unrolls it. I have a contract right here. Would you like to make a deal with the devil?
She's willing to make 3 favors? What kind of devil does that?
Well, we still have to negotiate, of course. They gotta be. I mean, I usually know what some people like. I can take care of it. What would the
I'm sure you
favors
could, but-
be? Are you willing to sign your soul for it?
Of course not.
Oh, you play with my heart, dear. Throwing out potential contracts, then ripping them away, offering me a lunch, and then ripping it out of my reach. You do play rough. I like it. Anyways, if you're going to bother me...
We'll enjoy our vices. But unfortunately, as much as I would enjoy making a deal, and believe me, I love making deals, I have places to be.
Now, this is where it comes. While this is going on, Raven is searching and looking for an opportunity to grab the little badge that's dangling from her caress. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh god. Why did I not take proficiency in this? I knew I should have a long time ago.
What rogue doesn't take proficiency in sleight of hand?
Because I took it in stealth deception. I talk my way out of things, not steal my way out of things.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Does he have advantage because
What?
the creature is distracted?
No, he had disadvantage because he's handcuffed. I took that away
yeah.
because they're distracting.
I can't have double
woman.
advantage, so. It's not good. It's 13.
Well, let's find out if she sees you. Her
Okay.
her perception. Oh, that's not great. It's a +2, so you might be okay.
Well,
No.
is this passive perception because she's not actively searching for this?
It's a passive perception. So she got a 12. What'd you get?
I have a 13, so we make it.
Oh, if you wouldn't have called me on that,
Because I was
you
like,
would have
no, hold
lost.
on.
Yep.
That's not how this usually
So,
works.
as she's giggling and she's kind of excited, but she turns back to her meal, you kind of twist your hands as she snaps around, and you reach out and you pluck, palm, and then slide it up your sleeves really quickly, and you quickly look down, and you give the nod to Garmor, who then caws to let Joram know that you've managed to grab the key.
Affirmative. We gave the affirmative. Oh,
So,
not the best moments of my life, but I've done it.
so now she's going back to her meal. You hear her kind of in your mind as you hear a Lard scream, like a dying woman, and you hear her kind of bellow in anguish in her head. Oh, my break's over. As you realize that the scream was the bell for break to be done. Her break time's over.
Here I thought my coin purse opened up again.
I totally forgot about Juanita.
Oh.
I totally forgot. You got the sentient bag of scolding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh man.
I believe it was Southern accent, African American style.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Other than Seth, the black woman.
Yeah. Yeah. You dare reach my bag? All right, so
Yep, there it is.
So you guys start heading back to this lift. The hallway is constantly cluttered with devils kind of wandering back and forth. Some, are these lemurs, which are like gooey and they're sliding and there's slime kind of all over. You see the devils kind of floating around. You get to this thing. You've seen enough people know that you have to slide the thing through the jaw of the skeleton. Not up and down, but left and right. To open the door. So you kind of just, and you hear, ah! And the door opens up. Right?
I guess that's our cue to get in.
And
Just us here?
what's that?
Just us in here?
I was getting to that. So
Okay.
as you're walking in, you look up and you see a couple imps kind of chit-chatting, talking about their day and how how douchebaggy their summoners are and all this shit. Talking about how horrible these mages are and how come we got to get summoned by such infidels, If we could just
Right.
break it for a second, we could clear their... And they kind of look at you guys and they kind of just nod at you and they kind of make room. These little tiny imps.
I nod as well. Like,
As you get on it, as you guys kind of fit your way on, he goes, "Ha! You got yourselves a good one there. I bet you that was one of those shitty mages, huh? So how'd you catch him, huh? What? Tell us. I want to know." As they look up at Joram.
Let me say,
they
he
don't
made a
use
bad deal.
telepathy, correct?
I should probably confirm that, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. but
Confirm what?
I don't think imps have telepathy.
I don't think they do.
Simply say, in Draconic, he made a bad deal.
I do not see telepathy on here, but they do speak common, so.
I guess
Oh,
you'll just use
good.
common, yeah.
And yeah, but they do ask in Infernal. They make that statement in, in Infernal. So, what did you say in Draconic, Joram?
He made a bad deal.
Okay. They kind of look at each other, look back at you. Huh. That's weird. Why is he speaking the material language? Huh?
I come up in infernal. The master speaks only to me because he thinks it is inappropriate to talk to others while he is owning others.
They kind of
Which is
just
my
look at each other. Is that your deception check?
I mean, I can throw it real quick. Yeah. It's a 21.
I don't think they can even beat that. Yeah, okay, sure, that makes sense. So which floor are you going to?
What number did we press? Oh no, we're going to 3. We're just going to 3.
Going to 3. So as you see, there's all these little glowing
Actually,
gems in them that are kind of
You
dull.
can just say the bridge, right? We can just bypass this whole thing.
Is that what you're gonna try to do?
I don't want to make the decision for the team. That's the issue.
Well,
But
have a conversation with them then right now. It's only you guys and
Matthew's
some
not here.
imps.
yeah,
Where did Matthew go?
should we go to the? I respond back in Draconic, because obviously that would make sense now that we've established this. Shall we go to the bridge? At this point,
We can even get there.
Both the imps
Can I-
kind of look around, look at you guys as you're talking to each other. Like, that really makes me uncomfortable. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, you probably shouldn't let others hear you talking in that mortal tongue, okay? As he says in Infernal, might get you in trouble.
I motion to affirm with them to like nod, and I say, "Oh, thank you. We will do our best from here on." And is there a button that says to the bridge or anything?
So you
anything that I
read
can read?
Infernal, right?
Yes.
You see that they all got all the different floors, and there is one that says it's got a big giant crown around it. But they're just labeled by floor as far as you can tell.
We actually have to speak with Zariel, unfortunately, to...
Give me an investigation check, all of you.
Okay. Investigation. Yikes. That's a 6.
I'll take.
Oh, 20. Here we go.
7.
All right, so while kind of this is going on between the imps and you guys, Joram, you notice that the badge you stole has an engraving on it that seems to match one of the little icons, and you point that out to Raven, and you actually realize that the card has a number that's the equivalent of like 17. So that's all. So yeah.
So
Well,
I responded to them, we're going to floor 17.
Well, be careful up there. You know how those slavers get. They'll kill you just for walking in uncomfortable.
My wrists.
Oh, that makes. You know what? That makes sense. Okay then. Anyways, we get off at. Well, we gotta go down first. So, yeah, we'll go down. Go to the sub basement. The engine room. Yeah, that's. I don't really like going in there. I hate, watching those souls scream and stuff. They always tell me that they miss me and they love me and they regret the decisions they made. It's really just a horrible, horrible experience. It's almost like torture. Now, don't get me wrong. I love torture, but I like doing it. I don't like being tortured. And listen to those souls complain as we're feeding them into the engine. It's just horrible.
I like look at it and I go, nah, that makes sense.
Well,
I
all
get
right.
that.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Just watch out for Zariel. I think she's in a pretty particular mood today. So just yeah. All right. We'll see you later. The place kind of stops and you hear a loud scream, and the doors open.
I kind of look at him. Have a good shift.
They walk out. The doors close. And you guys are left in the elevator alone.
Okay.
Okay, first thing I do is I once again use Alter Self.
Okay.
And I basically more or less keep like the half demon appearance, but I kind of like make it more draconic in appearance, like half demon, half dragon kind of thing.
To kind of fit the draconic
Fit the whole
speaking
draconic
link.
thing.
I like
Gotcha.
that. Okay.
That's good because we kind of need that right now.
All right.
Okay.
What is Garmor? Are you gonna stay in your bird form?
Yes.
Keep getting transported.
Hang on, I'm checking out the rules. So I can maintain this form for 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's plenty of time. I hope.
Yep.
I hope it's
I
plenty of
hope.
time.
All right. Are you gonna unchain Raven, or are you gonna keep up the
should
appearance that you're?
I don't know. Well, we can just hit the crown button now, right? I'm
You can
assuming
press
there's
it.
no limit. Yeah. Okay. Well, I pressed that. I guess. Real quick.
Your badge lights up, flickers red, and then the button deactivates on the wall.
Oh, so then I hit the 17th floor button then.
It goes ding. It flashes with a yellow and green light, and
We don't have the power to go there yet.
you don't have the power.
I kind of figured that was the case.
So as you guys are kind of go ahead.
I relay that to Dwarm and Draconic. I'm like, yeah, we need a higher ranking card. This was good, but it wasn't that good.
So you guys right now you basically learn that this elevator system is what they use to go up and down. The lady you ran into happened to be Slaver, who runs one of the prison wings, right?
And currently we are slavers at the moment as well, so it works out. Beautifully
Wow.
works out.
Joram is.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
He's like, I'm
He's
not. I'm a
slaver,
bird.
and I'm the slave in this case.
All right, so you guys make it up to the 17th floor with a loud to signal your arrival. onto the 17th floor.
Oh boy.
As the doors open up, you are horrified to see these just nothing but bone cells, just thousands of them. It is a massive single layer, almost prison cells. You see several people being beat left and right. They're being tortured. You see a guy across one of those little things that stretches your body from both arms and both legs. A rack, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
You see another person whose body is on like a giant cog, and they're being pulled around it, and their back is bending the other way as they're screaming in agony. You see this young woman, probably in her mid years. I said young, but mid years. Wow, God, I'm getting old. In her mid years, and she's sitting there. She's sitting there with her head back, and they've got a blood-soaked cloth over her face, and they're pouring water over top of it, basically waterboarding her. And she's screaming as if she can't breathe, and she's drowning. Wow, I really should have used different words there, considering all that's going on. They're basically waterboarding these devils are waterboarding this chick. And she's drowning in like a liquid blood-ish thing. And basically, the more you look around, the more these tortures that are going on. You're not surprised that the doorbell for the elevator is ah, right?
Right. Okay. So, but during our first floor of this, did we ever notice stairs at all?
You did not.
Fuck. So we gotta find another card to somehow. We have to find a higher-ranking devil to somehow steal that card to get to top. Oh my god. Oh god.
So,
we should have climbed the damn outside of this fucking thing.
Well, there was devils kind of flying all around.
That's true, yeah.
That's why you had to sneak in. All right,
Man.
so as you walk in, you see kind of Ooh. Go ahead.
Is there any like vents or anything we can notice by any chance?
Give me
Any
a perception checks.
Perception. It is a 21.
All right. You do notice some. You do notice some. Like I don't want to say. Yeah, kind of like ventilation. But you're not really sure where they go. At this moment. So it could be a way up, but you're not really sure. You can't tell from without climbing up them. You can start to see, the more time you spend here, you can see a sort of hierarchy. There's certain minions who seem to just be torturing others, and you see a taskmaster, kind of cracking the whip. You've seen one of another chain devil, looks different, has got an eye patch, all that jazz. Is kind of commanding and whipping all the slavers who are then torturing the people. And then in the very far back, you see this giant like black pillar box that has a single set of stairs that goes up, and then there's a big piece of glass that you can't see through that seems to be overlooking the entire prison area. Screams and moans come from all around you.
I speak to Jorm in Draconic, subtly, of course, as much as we can anyway. Among the screams, I assume that shouldn't be very hard.
Right.
We could... basically, this is my plan so far, that I can gather. We can either try and get to these vents that are around us, and maybe they lead higher up, or we can try and get the key card from, assumingly, the manager who is in that thing. And I point to the black spire thing. Well, I motion towards it, I guess. So that's my ideas right now. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Oh god.
And then I speak. Can you speak Draconic, Garmor? Yeah. Okay. Option 1 is 1 peck. Option 2 is 2 pecks. So that's how we're gonna decide this. Because I laid out 2 options. Option 1 is the ventilation. Option 2 is the black pillar with the glass behind it. where the manager is. We're gonna try and either kill him or stealth him and get the key card that way, or go up the ventilation, hope to everything that it leads to somewhere minusculely safer.
That sounds like a yes.
That sounds like option 1.
What was option 1?
Option 1 was ventilations. Option
Okay.
2 is beat up the manager guy, assumingly that it is one guy, hopefully.
So what
I don't
about
think-
Joram?
I have no objection to plan 2, but I'm not sure how well they pull it off with the whole thing of, I don't know Infernal.
Right. Which is why I'm like, we're probably going to have to kill him or just sneak in, steal it, kind of thing. And I know how we kill people. It's loud. So,
All right, so
it sounds like option 1. Is that
so
the idea?
how are you going to do this without anybody noticing you would be my question. Because it's high up, so you're going to have to climb up the big walls.
Does Garmore notice any corners that they can hide around?
Basically the whole room is one massive giant hallway with the outsides being rows of torture equipment followed by rows of bone cells with bones for like the jail cell, prison cell bars.
So it's pretty much just a straight
It's just a
shot.
straight hallway, basically.
Damn.
And you can tell it makes sense because as you look up, that manager's office, what you guys called it, it can see everything from there.
Do either of you know any illusion spells that could possibly like throw like a wall of bones in front? No. Okay.
So I guess minor illusion.
Fucking
Well, minor
Garmore.
illusion you can create like a wall of like you can like almost paint the entire picture that's behind us, similar to how like you stop like security cameras, right? How far does that go out, actually? Well, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. How long can it go?
What, the box?
I guess it's a 5-foot box. Yeah.
Just
You can
5 foot.
you can
5 foot
solid
box.
solid snake it, I guess, but you still need to climb pretty high up.
Yeah, how high is it? About.
I would say probably 80 feet.
Oh fuck, that's tall.
Well, Garmore can fly up there, so he's got it covered.
Well, I could just give him a rope and we could do that from there. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
you do
gotta
have
hide
a-
the rope.
Yeah, and you do have a
I have a grappling hook.
grappling
but-
hook.
You can
Simple
levitate.
Raven.
You can levitate, can't you?
I can love it. That's what I was saying just now.
So we have one guy that can levitate, one guy that can literally fly. So it's just on me by this point, I guess. Well, and then I guess not noticing that you guys are raising up.
Yeah, but you still have to hide your presence because will be in plain sight of the guards. And
Right.
while you guys are trying to decide on a plan, you hear the loud cracking and torturous screams of people, and you look over as one goes, "Ah!" and you hear,
Damn.
"Oh hell! Oh no,
Okay.
not again!
I
I
think
got
we just
another
done it.
one.
I
Hey,
think we literally done it
Tugthin,
because
I killed another one, Tugthin. Well, throw
Okay.
it in the back. Okay." He grabs the lifeless corpse and walks towards the
the office.
the office area, and just to the area where the stairs are on the right, there's a little kind of a small, almost, I wouldn't say it was a hidden door, but it's hard to see from here. As he opens it up, and you see him walk in, dragging the corpse, and then he comes out a few minutes later without the corpse.
But then where would they go? I'm assuming they would just throw him in like a fiery pit or some shit. I don't want to bank on that.
And this is somewhere close to the stairwell?
Yeah, on the other side of the room,
Yeah,
Which is a
all the way to the other end.
which is like
yeah.
a football field size room. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
not
huge.
ideal. Well, I can dash up pretty quick. It takes me a literal 6 seconds to climb that because I have the mobile feet. So
Football
I can-
field, a little too big. I'd say about half.
no,
that.
no. To the vent.
No, I know, but my size was wrong. For the size of the
okay.
room, it's not a football field. It's probably half of one. Maybe like 50 yards.
Okay. I could
So
almost sprint that too, real quick. I have 40. Let's see. It'd be close. It'd be 120. I could sprint 120 feet in 6 seconds.
all you would need is a distraction long enough to give you that.
Yeah, we're not probably gonna do that though because I
Aren't
can
you still
also just-
handcuffed?
Yeah. I can just knife my way out. I could just grab sliver and get the dagger and just.
So
Any chance we can make an intelligence check to see what would be the best option?
I would love to offer that to you, but you've already come to the three options that are available to you. Go through the vent, approach the manager. I don't know why I keep calling it the manager, but
Because I called him a manager. That's what we're assuming.
the overseer, or go and investigate where the bodies are being dumped. Those are really your
You know what?
three
Let's go
options.
What was that?
You know what? I'm actually for option 3.
Option 3? Alright, well, I'm still cuffed, so we could just walk all the way there. Oh, actually, because it's a dead body, throw me over the shoulder. Make it look like I'm bleeding. Or I'll stab myself. I'll
All right,
bleed
I'm
down.
gonna need a performance check from you
To
guys.
act like a dead boy? To act like a dead guy?
Yeah. All
Well,
the
we could just
screaming and
walk all the way
torturing.
there.
All the screaming and torturing, and you're trying to blend in and not draw a crowd. I would say give me a performance check. Or are you not gonna play dead?
I mean, it could just
I-
walk across,
I was gonna
right?
say, you can certainly try.
What's... What else would they... See, this is the problem, because I'm like, I do not want to bank on my performance check. It is not good. I mean, it's a 2, but it's still only 2. I guess I have the lucky feet. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's just... I have the lucky feet, right?
The lucky feet.
What do you think, guys? Should I play dead? Yeah?
Play dead.
I'll just
Play
drag
that.
you there.
Fair enough. 17? That's probably the best I'm gonna get. I'll keep my 17. I can only go up by 5.
All right, so as you he slings you over the Joram
Or you can drag me.
slings
one of the
you.
two.
Do you want to drag him or sling him over your shoulder?
I'll
Drag me face
over
down.
my shoulder after I cast levitate on him to make him later.
That's brilliant.
So you harness some energy, you quit chant, and infuse his body with lightness, and carry him as if he weighs nothing. And one of the taskmasters turns to you, big giant chain devil, with its chains start kind of snaking around and snapping at your the corpse as well as the Garmor, with a as they're snapping, as almost if they're alive. He says, "You, where you think you're going? Huh? I'll give you permission, boy."
Fuck. You don't know Infernal.
Sure doesn't.
Been through.
Do you just
And the only guy that can talk is pretending to be dead.
keep walking? Do you just ignore? Ignoring sounds like a bad idea. Well, you could point to the door.
I can't confirm.
Well, I can't
ignoring
say that,
him
I
is
guess.
a bad
I'm
idea. So what are you gonna
Just
do?
glare at him.
You just glare at him. Who do you think you're glaring at, boy? I'll chop that head off and toss it in the flames. When I ask you a question, you give me an answer. Where are you going, boy?
Are you saying this infernal?
Yes.
Of course he is.
Okay.
It's kind of the
Well, I have no
default
idea what he
language
said.
around here. If you can't speak the language, go back to your own realm.
Oh God. All right. Well,
It's fair.
I feel like
That
to
would
be
be
fair, he could just point to the door because that's exact. Like he doesn't have to know what he's asking to just say what he's doing and bank on that it works, right? So you
What
could
do you
just
do?
point.
You point to the door.
Pointed to the door.
He glances up. Ah, you got a little too rough, huh?
I
Nod. I don't know what he's saying. Nod.
I was gonna say what I can do. Can I still? I'd have to sleight of hand it probably.
You're supposed to be
I was
dead.
gonna say I'm supposed to be dead, but if I could just like nudge him one time to say it's an affirmative.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
While I'm dead. Nat 20. Oh my god, thank you.
All right. So as you're laying it over him as he's kind of moving and chuckling. Your grappling hook at your side. You twist enough and bap your hand just to nudge it a little bit so it bumps him. To give him the affirmative.
Just fucking nod. Do something.
What is Garmore doing at this moment? The tension is building. Those little claw
probably
things,
shitting.
chains are snapping at you, inches away from your face.
He is on the opposite shoulder of Joram, away from the Chain Devil.
Okay. So what is the final decision, Joram?
Just nod.
Like I said, I walked towards the door. Give him the affirmative, right?
Okay, you did give him the affirmative. So he says, well, take care of it quick and get back to your post, son. We got lots of souls to torture today. Understand me?
I gotta do another.
Whatever you do, try to avoid, him. And his eyes shoot up to the manager's office. God damn it, I can't think of anything else to call it now.
What? We gotta call him.
The Overseer's office?
The Overseer's area, yeah, the Overseer's domain or whatever.
Do I have to make another check to make sure that we can pass by this by telling him yes?
No, you're good. So
Okay.
as the big giant chain devil he just looks at you and he's like, do what you got to do, and then you start walking over to the area where the last you saw the devil open the big stone door, and it kind of creaks open, and as it creaks open, you're. And as you look down, all you see is a big dark tunnel, and at the bottom you can see out the river Styx. It's basically like a chute that just drops garbage outside the ship.
So I'm assuming
Hundreds of feet deep.
So I'm assuming you close the door behind you before we continue, right?
Do I see when I look up?
As you look up, you see what looks like a tunnel that goes up. Doesn't
This
go
is
up
great.
very far though.
But it's a tunnel
Second.
that leads up that don't have, well.
Yeah, you got to go up still.
Can I
Yeah.
gingerly fly up that direction?
Sure, you can. So you kind of take off his shoulder and you start flying up, and you can actually see.
Carefully.
As you're flying up, you actually start to notice. You can see blood smears and streaks of blood and feces and garbage. You realize that you're flying. The smell of rotting flesh and food and anything you can make. What you are flying in is a giant garbage chute that seems to go the entire length of this ship that drops far below, which right now is right over the river Styx with the River of Souls, to empty the ship. It's a very small one. It's probably not wider than 10 feet.
So I'm assuming that I can safely
back
get
down.
off this man's body, so I can
If
get back
he
up.
said he shut the door, right? Kind of shut the door behind him.
He said yeah. Okay.
So you shut the door behind him. So right
I
now,
fly back down.
when he
get
does
on.
that, it
I
is
fly back down, get on.
you have no source of light in here. So it is black unless you guys have some sort of light.
I don't have dark vision. I'm a human.
I don't in this form either.
I cast prestidigitation to make it light.
Does that work that way? 'Cause I
Then
think,
what's the point of the
I
light
think there's
cantrip?
a cantrip for that. Double check
Um,
that. I don't know that it can do that. It
Oh,
can generate
I
light.
Yeah.
can't make flesh move light. Come on.
Glyph of Warden? I'm gonna say as we wait, our buddy Steve in Twitch is having a blast tonight.
Is he?
He says he's dying of laughter tonight.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad you're enjoying yourself, Steve. I know we are.
Well, I have
By the way, not going at all how I envisioned.
no, not even close. I thought we were gonna just like scale this thing some way or whatever. No, we walked straight through the front door.
I didn't expect that.
Okay,
To be fair, I have no idea what we are doing. I'm not even sure what the game plan is, to be honest.
we're trying to get to the top of the bridge so we can find Zariel.
Yeah,
but right
that-
now we're having some trouble.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
your goal is to save Elturel is to try to slay Zariel or come to some sort of agreement. It's up to you which path you guys want to take, but
Do I have like a match or some way to create fire? I mean, I have like thieves tools.
Do you guys have a torch?
Or incense? I don't have a torch. That's the one thing I don't have.
Can light stuff on fire with precipitation.
Oh, there you go. But you still need you can make an impromptu. Nobody have torches? What
Nobody
kind of
has
fucking adventurers are you?
I pull
Have
out
a
my
dark vision.
giant kitchen knife, and I wield it to the other end, and it has, it's a wooden handle, and I stick it out like this, and I say, light it.
Why does Garmore have his hand up?
I don't know. Why? What's your
Garmore does have 9 torches.
But doesn't that stuff transform with you? Into your, melds with your
Yes.
body? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Can you shit one out?
that's my problem. I don't think it works like. I don't think it works like.
You'll lose a form if you break it.
Yeah.
Your idea will work. I'll let it fly, burning your own dagger. But it's,
I have 6 kitchen knives, so.
oh yeah, okay,
From
there
the
you go.
It's from the Storm King's Thunder.
So you wrap
I found them all
so
in
as
the
they're-
kitchen, and I kept them all.
So as they're coming down,
Actually, I do. Actually, I do have a Dungeoneer's pack, which
Oh,
has
well
torches
then.
in it. So
Never mind, we're good then.
What were
We
you gonna
only need-
say?
as they're prepping, Garmore comes down, lands on Jorum's shoulder, and just uses one of his wings to just try to cover his beak, indicating that it is rank up there.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the smell gets bad. So you light up a torch, and the light is kind of flickering off the walls. The walls are about 10 feet wide. It's a round. I said square earlier. It's a round room.
Crow crapping torches, says Steve.
So the question is how you gonna get up?
Well, that's the easy part for all of us.
Is-
The easy part's scaling the damn thing. It's just finding the light to do it. Because I have a grappling hook, and not only that, I have the mole feet, which means I ignore difficult terrain, which I'm assuming climbing is counted as difficult terrain, correct?
Yes.
So
So
I can scale up this thing.
real
if
quick,
it's-
Garmore, I need an investigation check from you for your investigations.
Okay.
Not very proficient.
Well, join the club on that one. Investigation is not my strong suit.
7.
Why not?
As you were flying up and flying around, the smell was horrendous. It was overwhelming. You really struggled to really get a good view. You did spot a couple doors before coming back down, but the smell is just too much. You kind of regurgitate a little bit like your mom would feeding you, just like a bird's. Yeah.
Yeah, like a bird.
And swallow it back down. So you guys, how are you scaling this now? Obviously, Garmore
Well,
can fly. You
I
gotta
can levitate, and I can just literally run up it if I have to. I don't know how high
Okay.
it is. Is that hundreds of feet?
I would say probably about 80 feet to the top that you can tell. It's not super far, but far enough.
Well, okay.
Austin, are
I
you
dash
gonna
twice
ninja guide
and I
in
make it.
this?
you're gonna what?
I dash twice and I make it. I have a dash is 40, or my movement speed is 40 because of
All
the mobile
right.
feet.
So is somebody? Okay, so what is the order? Is Garmore flying up first? Are you running up first, or is Joram floating up first?
Should I go first because I can hide?
sure.
Okay, I go first.
I got a question for Austin. Are you ninja guiding this?
That's what I
Yeah, I'm
envision.
just straight up running up the fucking wall.
That's what I kind of
like-
envision.
This is a non-factor to me. I don't know why or how my character's built this way, but yes, I am running up the damn
So
wall.
as you bolt up the side of the thing like freaking Naruto, the smell begins to just assault your nostrils. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please. DC
Oh, boy.
is 17.
All of us?
No,
You
well,
shouldn't tell me that.
it is everyone because you're all in this thing. It's part of this area.
I'm gonna say now I can't use my lucky feet because I know the answer.
Oh no, I won't impose that in front of you because I gave you
Oh.
the thing. It's fine.
Well, it's 8. I got a 19, so I guess I miraculously
about-
passed anyway.
All right, what did you guys get?
Oh, jeez, I got a -1 con in this form.
I got 24.
Jesus.
10.
So as you guys are starting to move up, you've got Joram kind of floating up, and you've got, Garmor's, and you guys just see a little bit of come down, and it falls right to the bottom. You're able to kind of swallow it back in before it gets out of your stomach, comes back up. But unfortunately for Raven, who is dashing up the side, he was not alerted by his friend about the strange arcane rune etched into the sides, and steps on an intricate glyph as it explodes. Give me a dexterity saving throw as you step on a glyph of warding.
He's a rogue. He'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Assuming
that, he takes half an 8d8. Where the hell is my 8s?
He's a rogue. He
Hold on.
didn't the half.
Oh wait. Well, let me look up the lucky feat again.
49 points of damage on a failed save.
Well, before you tell me what the save is, can I use it on a saving throw? Saving throw.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
so.
I use a lucky feat.
That's how that works.
That's a little bit better. A 16?
Is not gonna do it.
I ate a lot of damage. Well, I ate half that, but
It was shit, I forgot. It was
That's
48 or
right.
49. I forgot already.
49.
49.
And
So as you guys see him bolt up, he disappears in a cloud of exploding powdery green energy as something totally just erupts from underneath him. Are you going to use your uncanny dodge?
no, I have evasion. I literally just take half. That's it.
I fucking hate rogues.
then you can use Uncanny Dodge again to half that even more. So
Yeah.
Well, I can't do it
No,
that way because
they're
it's not an
different
attack.
things.
Yeah, because one's for
Not an attack.
attacks and one's for saves.
Saving throws.
Yeah.
Well, deck saves in specific, but yeah.
So
I'm good.
You dash up, the thing explodes, it knocks you into the other side, your back scrapes full of rotted flesh and blood and meat and everything. As you're skittering down, you quickly pull out your grappling hook and you latch it onto the next floor and stop yourself and quickly pull yourself up and get into a running blow, only slightly inconvenienced by the explosion in your face, apparently, for 25 points of damage. Or no.
24.
Yeah, 24.
If I round down right.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So yeah, I go up there like, it's just like, whew. Usually people check for traps.
Armor.
I always forget to
Armor
for some
goes
reason.
in-
So at this point,
Why is there a clip of board to get a garbage shoe?
so as you look around, you see the entire area has a spiral of these glyphs every so often going up. Clearly, it's to stop enemies from just flying up the chute and attacking.
Beautiful.
Um,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, we can't just dispel all of them.
you can certainly try.
With what? None of us can do it. Unless we
that
throw
sucks.
a rock at it, I guess, and just wait for it to explode.
So the real question
I'd
is...
have to revert to my true form in order to use Dispel Magic, but it's limited.
Yeah, and assuming there's a plethora of them, because I'm assuming we're still quite a few floors down, because we're only at floor 18 in theory right
Yep.
now.
You've only gone up one floor.
And I don't know how high this thing goes. Well, no, because I could have guessed. I saw the elevator
Yeah,
thing.
it's about 80 or so more feet. I don't know exactly how far apart
To
they
the
stand. I'm
bridge?
not gonna. Didn't I say it's like on floor 19 and you're on floor 17?
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
It's not that far.
Yeah, that's not far at all. We could just go up there.
So I said, but you've got a collection of these traps in your way. So
May I use perception to see exactly how many?
you can certainly try.
Okay. It's a 21.
You can identify probably every 5 to 10 feet. There's at least another set of glyphs that you
Holy
can see.
shit.
They are just filled in this filled in this area. They go in.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they go in chunks of like 10 feet, and then there'll be 10 feet without it, 10 feet, and then
That's a lot. So there's about 8 more of these should we decide to try. Or 4.
if you walk in the
4.
wall, right?
So if you just float, would it still explode?
It's a good question. Anybody got trained in Arcana?
Not me.
Yes.
Give me an Arcana check.
Not very high. 7.
Yeah, you're sure they'll only blow up if you touch them. I can see Austin's face. He's like, I don't believe you, fucker.
That's what I think.
Yeah, Joram, you think as long as you don't touch them, it should be fine.
All right.
Makes sense. So what's the plan?
Does anyone know the spell? Glyph of Warding?
No.
No? No?
No.
Okay.
Not a great day for you guys.
You know
huh?
what? You know what? Probably just because I'm not going to use this anytime soon, I'm just going to cast Arcane Gate.
So we're just gonna
Just gonna
walk through a
teleport?
gate up there.
Actually creates like a 2 portals I step through. Stays
Okay.
there for as long as I want.
Okay, how do you have to
Concentrate.
see or no? Do you have to see where it goes?
I have to see, yes.
All right.
Let's see.
So how does your portal look?
Purple.
Really?
What? A purple seam appears and splits apart.
All right, and where does the other end open?
You see the we did see platforms above us, right?
Yep.
Where I put it.
All right, so you guys see a purple rift open, and I'm sure Raven is thinking, why didn't you start with that?
Well, I don't know how far it goes, so I don't know anything about magic, so it doesn't matter to me.
Oh.
I'm just like, oh shit,
Oh.
a shortcut! Yay!
All right, so
Armor flies through the gate.
and
Well,
poof,
that, and I did because I didn't know those traps in here.
that's a good reason
true.
not to waste that. Yeah. All right, so you open it up.
We all just kind of
And-
walk through.
As you walk through, you're kind of disoriented as the view you saw changes for an instant. Wait, I'm sorry. You said you fly through, or do you fly up?
Yes.
He says he flow through.
Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
make your way through. Raven has his hook and he does one of those type swings into it with his grappling hook and comes out the top. Because you were way up here and he was way down here, so you just and you swing down and you end up right through. You guys, if you can read Infernal there, Raven, you can see that the sigil on the door represents floor 19.
Well, I look over to Joram. I think we did it. By damn, we fucking did it. And I look over to Garmore. I can't believe guys, we did it. I can't believe none of us died yet. And I inspect the door.
Give me an investigation check.
Not that I'm good at it, but I should. That's a 15.
Yes, you can tell there's something bound to this door that's holding it sealed. Some sort
like
of
it's magically bound.
yeah. There's some sort of there's something. This door has a lock on it, but you're not sure what it is. If it's got if it's a
only we had a
trap or
wizard.
something. Yeah, right. Ain't life a bitch.
I look over to both of you. Any good in magic stuff? And want to figure it out if this thing's booby-trapped or not by magic?
Alright, Arcana check.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's way better than before. 21.
You recognize the runes and the glyphs as an arcane lock. It's a magically sealed door that requires a special password or permission for specific people to pass through. Yeah. And you also recognize another incantation overlapped with it. You've read about this in some tomes once during your do you travel or anything? I mean, what is the fuck does Joram
We've all
do?
traveled.
Well traveled.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you made a stop at your visit at Candle Keep recently, you recall seeing something similar. It is a combination of Arcane Lock and the Alert spell. So if not handled appropriately, will set off an alarm.
No,
Great.
I'm actually half surprised at Kindle Keep. I did not go out my way to learn Infernal.
You would have to spend a long time to learn a language.
I know. Mm.
Not at Candle Keep. Yeah.
Anywho,
You can get taught languages there.
Yeah, but it still takes time to learn. The world is,
Got
or
it.
the whole city is being dragged into Avernus.
Not Candle Keep. Candle Keep's fine. But yes.
Yeah, we'll come save you after I learn Infernal so I can talk to the locals.
Yeah. But okay, so it is trapped, or it's mega locked, and if we even attempt to unlock it, it'll just alert. So not
as
even
far
if we
as you
unlock
know.
it
To be
appropriately
fair,
Look on the bright side. At least you're aware of it.
for once.
Garmor
and-
flies onto the ground and reverts back to his true form.
Okay.
Cool.
His feathers kind of fall off like a plucked chicken. Oh wait, no, you change in a light, don't you? A big glowy
Could
green
we
light.
just this is gonna sound really dumb, but what if we just cut a hole through like the top of it and just go over the door?
I'm pretty sure that's going to set off the alarm.
Well, the alarm's stuck on the lock.
It's
Right?
on the lock?
Isn't that where it's at? It's combined with the lock?
There's arcane runes that are both different spells.
Oh,
Raven just fully doesn't understand what the hell he's looking at.
clearly.
As you guys are standing here, you hear as a body just flies by you, dropping down the chute.
You know, I think I recognize that guy. I think that guy was from Elturel. Huh. How'd he get here?
Oh my god, that's funny.
I thought you were of Baldur's Gate or something.
No, not Raven. I traveled everywhere, dude.
The other guy was from Baldur's Gate, Zorax.
Well, I've been everywhere. I can recognize some faces here and there, but I'm pretty sure I saw an insignia of Elturel.
A few seconds later, like body parts in rotted trash kind of just drips down and just kind of.
Oh, that one was Baldur's Gate, for sure.
And you hear another. Happens every few minutes.
That's funny.
What
So
do you
have a
want to
plan,
do, Garmor?
So I have 2 uses of Dispel Magic, but I'm not sure if Joram has Dispel Magic either.
no.
We don't.
I have counter spell, but not dispel magic.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to eliminate the alarm spell in case we make a mistake on the lock.
Okay.
That is a very good idea, because at least I can attempt to pick the lock.
I think I called it alert spell earlier. It's alarm. I'm an idiot.
No.
It's a feat. I know what you meant.
We all understood what was going on.
That's all that matters.
Anyways, I cast Dispel Magic on the alarm spell.
Now that automatically works for spells under a certain level, correct?
Yeah.
Actually, I believe that's counterspell. That's that. I don't know actually about dispel.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell at 3rd level or lower on the target ends.
Okay.
All right. So you hold out your hand and this. How does your dispel look?
So Garmor carries a totem as his druidic focus. The animal faces on it begin to glow one by one, and and their energy channels into his hand, in which he casts Dispel Magic, and it shoots out like a single focus beam, and when it hits the rune of the alarm spell, it just goes like a spore.
I love that.
Pretty cool.
That's fucking
like that.
dope. All right, that you're able to successfully disable the alarm spell sealed on the door, but you still have the arcane lock.
I think this is where I come in, right, guys?
Can you
Can
pick
I
an
pick an
arcane lock?
arcane lock?
No.
Ooh.
No? Okay. That's not where I come in. So you know that it's either passcode or something else. What was that something else?
Do you have another spell slot? You can use another dispel.
Yeah, I can use that, but I'll be down to one last third level spell slot.
It's up to you. You can also try to do some reconnaissance to see if you can figure out the password, I suppose, or find another way in besides this way. Probably get a key that'll take you right to the floor.
We have so we have the we took out the alert spell, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm assuming the walls are made of like metal or some sort, right?
They're like I would say there's some sort of hybrid of stone metal. Similar to marble, if anything. It's very unique.
Mm.
I haven't. No, that doesn't work in this. Never mind. I thought adamant weapons could crit objects for some reason, and I think that's only in previous editions.
I have no idea.
About that. But
Another person starts like hitting the edge of your platform, and his head smashes into it, and he just and it just starts tumbling end over end.
Oh.
I look down and I'm like, oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Ooh, that's rough.
That last one wasn't a person; it was a devil. Like it probably looked like a bearded devil. You actually see part of its tentacles kind of left on the platform you guys are standing on.
I kind of just
Someone higher up
kick
is
it
not
off.
happy.
I'm just like, okay, so I can't pick this damn lock. Is there any other way we could
I can
force
dispel
the
it.
door open?
You can certainly try.
I just wouldn't even know how to go about it.
I roll Arcana, see if I can somehow manipulate the Arcane Lock.
All right, give me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Yay.
I mean, that's fair. We don't know much about it.
15.
So you begin to twist and pull and tear at the arcane weave around this thing. A bolt of energy shoots through your body. Give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 18.
All of us?
No, just the person trying to basically magical hack the door.
6.
Yo,
That's not going to be great.
that sounds painful.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 24 points of lightning damage rush through your body as you pull and twist and try to manipulate the energies in the gate or in the door. You're able to twist and redirect them. Unfortunately, all that energy that was stored in sealing the door is released in a torrent of energy towards you, rushing through your body. So you take that in lightning damage. But you did successfully disable the arcane lock.
So
Wow.
how are they looking, both of them?
First off, I drink my... First, I chuck a few healing potions.
Good
I
call.
think I got one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Like 3, so...
How much does healing potions do? Is it like 2d4 or some shit?
2d4 plus
24
2.
plus 1.
Yeah.
Plus 2, I think. Right.
2d4 plus 2, it's 6. It's something. It's better than nothing. Okay, so is
Alright. I down all 3 I got, but that gets me back up, so can't complain too much.
so now the door's open, or do we still have to actually pick the lock?
No, you unlocked it. You didn't open the door, but you can.
Is there any way we can
Can
see?
I just say how awesome this image is inside this book?
It looks pretty good.
It
I
was
like that a
awesome.
lot.
Yeah.
Is that the
I
Avernus
guess I'm
book?
gonna. I kind of motioned you guys. All right, you guys kind of stay back a little bit. I'm gonna try and see what I can find and try and sneak about a little bit. See if there's any guards or anything. So I'm going to stealth open the door,
Give me a stealth check.
and then I'm going to perceive whatever I can. It is a 22.
You creak the door open. It's made of this big, like, black marble, and it goes across the floor. You think you're stinky. You kind of just peek through it at first, and you see an absolutely terrifying sight beyond that door.
What would that be? Sounds fun. Sounds like a good time. Good time.
Good time.
It's gonna hurt.
Inside joke.
So, all right, hang on a second here. I'm looking for
Sure.
something. And
Sure.
I don't have a million little tags in this book, so I can't find anything.
That's fair. We did take a very unnatural route, I would assume.
A horrendous route.
Yeah.
We did it with relative.
Give me Constitution saving throws for the smell again. I kind of forgot about it.
All of us?
Yeah, you're still in the room. He's just poked his head out a little bit.
That's a 3.
That's no good.
I'm gonna just start throwing.
5.
Not gonna do it.
It's a 20.
yeah, dude.
So you two take 14 points of damage and are poisoned for 1 hour.
Oh.
As the smell just squeezes and tear at your stomach.
God damn.
It kind of makes you, the smell's starting to make you dizzy, like you're not breathing enough. Combined with the heat, it's not super great.
Great.
Where the hell is this? Okay, all right. Give me a perception check, Austin, since you're peering through this door.
21.
You hear an interesting conversation. You can't see one of the people involved.
Well, I had to do that with disadvantage, didn't I?
Because you're poisoned. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, same thing. 21.
So you see a winged, white-skinned female carrying herself almost with a powerful presence as she's talking to this absolutely hideous looking thing. This, where's my frickin' monster thing? There it is. This big bulbous green guy with think of fucking, oh god, I am just having a meltdown. Who's the big blob in fucking Star Wars? Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba?
Imagine Jabba the Hutt, this big green thing, but he doesn't have a bottom like Slurpee, slushy slug bottom. It's just all you see is this big round floating guy with these brown robes. He's got arms, like these big green spindly arms growing out of his shoulders. He's got this big wand, and you hear her say, Krieg, if they are able to unlock the companion, I will lose El Terrell. Do not let them do it. If they do, our contract is broken, and I will banish you back to the lowest form of devil. Do you understand me? And you hear a, yes, of course. Whatever you want, mistress. I will ensure that those heroes do not learn of the sword or the companion. I'll do whatever it takes. She says, understood. And remember, you started as a lemure. I have no problem putting you back. And he says, please don't. I didn't like him thinking slowly and not being able to recall everything. I'll do whatever you want, mistress. And they kind of have this back and forth talking about being able to shatter the companion as well as the hidden sword, but you aren't able to pick up much more than that. So you've learned. Okay. Did you hear the name of the guy? She called him Krieg.
Krieg. I relay the information to the other two, of course, softly, because I'm not a buffoon.
Would we know who this Krieg is?
No, but I bet you guys do.
Yeah, we do.
Actually, yeah, they would. they would know that Thavius Krieg was the leader of Elturel. Everyone knew that.
Oh my god.
That was very...
His name is Krieg.
Oh, you didn't catch on to that?
I didn't catch on. I was like, Krieg, why does that name sound familiar?
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
So,
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been
Been
a while.
Okay. So you know that he was the one that was running Elturel. You don't know why he's here. You don't know why he is a devil. But you do know that you just heard something important in regards to breaking the, shattering the companion and some sort of sword that she fears. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, dandy.
I feel like confronting the Archduchess of Zariel is a not smart idea.
Well, that's why you came.
But it is why we're here. And I mean, we're already in the plane of the dead, so what happens when we die? Just kidding, of course, but...
Our souls are bound to this plane forever.
Give me
tortured, used as fuel.
What do we do? What do we gotta do?
So here's your guys' options. You have gathered valuable information. You can turn now and run. You can attempt to speak with Zariel, see if she's willing to come to some sort of deal, maybe figure out what it'll take to free Elturel, or you can try to slay her and free Elturel that way. Those are kind of your options at the moment. You have learned some good information that could be helpful, but it's up to you how you guys approach next. Remember,
I stealthily
devils
pull Raven back so that we may talk this out.
You guys,
I think we legitimately talked to her. As crazy as that sounds.
well,
The thing is she is a devil. Presumably, I guess now, but... So she might be inclined, even if it's in her favor, to make a deal with us.
that is what devils be doing.
Which means we won't die. We might owe her a favor, but we might be able to save Elturel.
Or none of the above. You never know. That's how it depends on how the conversation goes. But you're right. Devils...
That's a plan.
Devils abide by contracts, although they're masters at manipulation, so that, you know, it doesn't benefit anybody else but them, but, you know.
Garmor quietly says, I am not keen to make a deal with her. If she's done this of her own accord, there's no telling what sort of deal would surpass taking Elturel from the material plane into Avernus.
I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. We're trying to brainstorm this so we can come up with an idea.
You did hear her
It's
mention...
also dangerous here.
You did hear her mention something about making a deal with Krieg. So
we... Pretty much, my idea is that somehow we can afford to make something. I mean, we're all, as far as I'm aware, valuable adventurers who just saved the world. We could clearly make up an offer to make even a sacrifice. One of us could offer up ourselves to save all of Elturel.
Are you insane?
No, because our job is to save Elturel. What part of that am I not getting?
how does Joram feel about this?
I'm just...
Now, clearly, we don't want to do that. We're going to try and find anything else besides doing that, but that is on the board.
I mean, part of me wants to talk to her,
I am
but at the
not-
same time, what the heck would we even say to her?
Yeah, I thought
I am
that
not
too.
willing to make a mistake like what happened to the dwarves in the mountain.
I love that.
We tried to save their lives. And you know what?
By turning on a dragon killer built by the giants?
Uh,
Fair. That worked.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, but at the cost of an entire mountain dwarf clan.
Not all.
Technically, that was Malachite.
And yeah, it wasn't really us. It was Malachite.
And we bear the fault as well.
Really? Oh,
Do
Oh.
we?
In the dwarves' eyes, that is.
Yeah, that's true.
It may not be in our case. The fault may lie just on Malachite from our perspective, but that doesn't change the perspective of the dwarves. In their eyes, all four of us are at fault for what happened to them.
Pretty sure there was 5 of us at that time.
Uh,
But that's part of a different time. The point is we could still either gain more information against Zariel right now, right? And that from just talking to her. We don't even have to strike a deal if somehow we're able to walk away from this. I don't know how. I mean, it could just be me. You guys could run, and I could still gain some form of information. I'm quick. I could disengage. As long as she can't fucking petrify my body and annihilate me instantly, we'll see. But
Dealing with the archdevil of Avernus.
yep.
You really think you can stand a chance
Unfortunately, we
against her?
signed on to that the minute we dropped into Avernus. That is something you should have thought about before you came here, Mr. Adventurer.
What's that?
Sorry.
hang on. Somebody, we need to get a fire extinguisher because that was a sick burn.
You should have thought about it, but now you're in Avernus, and you're stuck with it.
You know what's
Can't
funny?
run back home.
Matthew is the player who actually asked about it. Steve says inter-party conflict.
So you know what? I'm the only one in this case who would die. And if somehow we gain some information and I somehow come back alive that could benefit us, it's probably worth it. We're trying to save an entire civilization of people.
Yes, but we know that this companion can be destroyed. Why not just destroy it and get away with it?
Because we know someone is going to be there and we still have to fight somebody. And if that person can let Zariel know, now we have to fight 2 people.
Now, hang on. What happened? So, Zariel is in contract with Krieg, the overseer of Elturel, right?
Correct.
What happens if one of the 2 parties of a contract ends up dead? What happens to the contract?
Religion
it
checks,
probably
please.
Does it remain
stays.
inert?
If I had to
Dang it.
Wait, what kind of checks?
depends on
Religion.
assume that depends on what was written in the contract.
That's fair, but I can roll
And-
real quick.
I would like to use guidance
It's
on
only
myself.
15. It's not great, but it's 15.
Who include a remote control in a thing and doesn't give batteries?
It's a 4. Oof.
For control.
Yeah, I got a 15. So I don't know.
I'm waiting to see what everyone else got. Or what,
Jorm got.
yeah.
On religion, that makes it a 20.
Oh, good shit.
Of course.
The guy who's probably the least religious out of all the people here. In terms
So
of characters.
I should have had this pulled up while you guys were before I made you make the roll, because I know contracts are very okay. Da-da-da-da.
I assume it's not null or void.
No, usually a contract made with the devil results in the soul belonging to the devil if it's broken. No. Yeah, as long as the devil is alive, even if the contract is destroyed,
Damn.
I lied. If the contract is destroyed, the soul is no longer belongs to the demon.
Now, here's the next thing. We don't know if the contract is bound to just Davius Krieg, or if it's bound to all of Elturel.
Now you're getting into the cosmology of it. What would happen if you broke a contract and that tied a bunch of devilish souls to it?
And on top of that, we wouldn't know if it would revert to begin with.
Yeah.
Because they're still here. What's going to put them back? So now
Or they'll no longer be under the details of the contract, enslavement and all that sort of stuff.
True.
Would the Other thought: would the companion be in the Forgotten Realms, or is it here in Avernus too?
I'm assuming it's
The
here in
companion is the big black orb thing that is in Avernus that it got sucked into. It basically, it was the companion and it got sealed, and was pulled down and is what's locking Avernus and chaining it to, or chaining Elturel to Avernus.
Okay, so it's here in Avernus. Okay.
The other thing is that she spoke of a sword. Now, we don't know if the sword is actually hidden to her or not. So if we have an idea, if we can get the information to get the sword out of her, we might be able to go find that sword.
And
Assuming we
how
come
do
out
you
alive.
propose we do that?
Making a deal. Just like everything else.
You making a deal. I will have no part in this.
Well, yeah. I am the one with the idea, so therefore I would be the one striking the deal. Yes. Which actually goes well with my lawful character. I think we still should talk to her.
All right. Well, I'm going to.
I don't know about you guys.
I need to know what you guys. You guys need to take a vote or do an action or something.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather not end.
I vote.
End right here is a good end point if you're not going to move forward with talking to her, fighting or anything. If not, we can go a little farther.
Would we know of the survivors at the High Hall Cathedral?
So when you
No, they didn't hear of us.
They knew of you, but it wasn't as bad as it was when you were there, because you guys were there 3 months ago. Shortly after it was pulled under. So it wasn't as bad. You were given direction from Ravengard, whatever the hell his name is. It's gotten much worse since then.
We need to report back to Ravengard anyway. The fact that the companion's existence tying to Elturel is a big piece of information. It's a big piece of information to all the mages that have survived in Elturel.
But the problem is
could
we
be
don't
the
know
key.
how to even get to it. We don't know what stops it. We don't know
This
anything
information
else
is a
beyond it.
start. It's better than nothing.
Where else are we going to find the information but from the person who made the damn thing? That's my problem. We don't know how to get this information aside from the person who we just went up an entire 19-floor ship that was going to take off at any moment just to be able to talk to this person. We don't know if we can get another chance about this. We don't know if we can talk to Zariel to even get any more information. That's the issue. We're on a ship that flies. You know, like the one back at the Giants? Except this one's a lot bigger, made of metal.
Marble-ish.
Marble.
I'm just being facetious.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why we don't know if we're ever going to get another shot like this. We got lucky that it only took months for us to get to this situation. Unlike that guy who is currently very dead.
So, did I ever get what is Jorum's thoughts on this? I thought I asked, but I don't remember the answer.
I don't remember either.
Okay, so we heard that a contract was made. We heard one way to break it is to destroy the companion. We can kill Zariel, or
I don't plan on
we can
killing
get the
her, I'm
sword.
gonna be honest. Or we get the
Yeah,
sword.
we would probably lose
Right.
badly.
So
I'd say we get this information on the sword from Krieg. He has a lot to answer for.
Even know where Krieg is.
yeah, see that's
He
another
just
issue.
left the room.
Yeah, he's in the
yeah.
other room.
Okay, but
Talking
how
to
do
her.
we? Now, next question: how do we get there without Zariel noticing us? You know, a demigod. You want to try and sneak past her, Mister? I don't sneak. I could probably get there,
Clank,
but
clank,
you
clank.
can't.
He's a druid, isn't he? He can
Yeah,
sneak.
I guess yeah. He could probably turn into something.
You forgot he wasn't the paladin, didn't you?
Yeah, that's true. Which okay, so 2 of us can get there, maybe, because this is a demigod, and I don't really know how high her everything is. As for Joram, I don't know how he'd could even. Well, I guess you could teleport. I guess.
Peace
Okay,
out.
use my
He's
big
gonna just bye.
Can you use that spell again?
no,
No. Oh, well.
that one.
Oh yeah. All right. So we're just gonna attempt to sneak past her. We're gonna try and talk to Krieg.
Is anybody gonna respond? Is that the plan?
Is this the plan now?
I'd say we try to get past her to say we're trying to seek audience with Krieg.
I don't think we say that to a demigod because that would imply that he is higher than her, and we don't say that. We'll come up with something when we get there, right?
You guys
That's how we always
could,
do
if you would prefer to talk to Krieg, you could wait, and wait for him to leave the room, and then kind of try to track him through this big giant ship if you wanted.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
Entire ship still. Oh, guys, you guys are nuts. Well, I guess it's either Zariel's. Thing is, I'm not sure what's worse: 5 high-ranking devils seeing us, or 1 Zariel seeing us. That's my issue. I don't know how to weigh
I
this.
have passed with that a spell that allows us to be more stealthier than usual. It'll be fine.
What does
as
it
long
do?
as-
What does Pass Without Trace actually do?
Plus 10 to stealth
It's
checks.
a
Holy
for an hour.
shit! Okay, yeah, well, let's do that. That's way better.
All right, then. I guess that is where we will end the session tonight, then.
Holy moly!
So
God damn.
you guys
The
did
whole
everything.
session took-
Yeah, it took 2 hours and 20 minutes, you guys.
I could have gone for longer, but
Yeah,
whatever.
well, we could have, but honestly, I don't want to because I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
But
You're busy.
yeah, you have no
I wish
idea,
we had more
dude.
time.
Yeah, I know. I told you at one point we'll extend it to 3, but for now, first of all, I absolutely loved your guys' role playing tonight. You guys were all you're on fire. It was fantastic.
I did so much talking this session.
Yes,
That's so
you
unnatural.
did. I know. It was so great.
Yeah.
Ah!
The fact that no Infernal didn't do me any favors.
Yeah, that was really bad when I
Well-
thought that. There I was like, oh my god.
So I
What
want
a
to throw
blast!
something out of
Great
there.
session and not a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a blow thrown. Yes, awesome. Thanks, Steve. So, I have to say, the reason why this was a great opportunity just to show how difficult it is when you don't know the lane. Your characters aren't built with the campaign in mind. Because the fact that almost everyone can understand Infernal on your normal characters, but only one can here,
It made a big
totally
difference.
changed the dynamic of the game. And
Oh yeah.
go ahead.
My curiosity is what would have happened if Joram and Raven would have switched their acting roles. Like,
Probably
It
would've been a
probably
little
had been
easier.
a,
Raven would be
different.
Yeah.
Raven would be the slave master and Joram would be the slave.
But
But
anyway,
with
That
Joram
would have
allowed
been
it.
different.
yeah. Anyways, I think you guys did awesome. I had a blast. The hope was to get you guys engaged to the point where it was very much like a stealth kind of mission, because you can't just barge in and fight everything.
No, not in this one.
Yeah.
So, and obviously I like those sorts of things, but I really...
I was wondering if we were going to stealth around and I would use a spell slot to use Pass Without a Trace on all of us at the beginning.
Honestly, I expected you guys to do a lot different stuff. One thing I didn't expect is barging through the front damn door.
Well, he put on the disguise, and I was like, let's run
Let's
with it.
do it. And then you got the other ones transformed. So I'm like, holy shit, that might work. Anyways, so I really had a blast tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us. You guys are awesome. Please join us on our show on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a very special guest. I'm super excited to have Keith Amon on for Live to Tell the Tale. So please join us then. Let's go around, introduce yourself.
I don't know who he is.
He's the guy that wrote the book of Live to Tell the Tale.
This book, right here.
Yep.
Big one. It's nice.
We're talking to him.
I'm seeing pixels right now.
That's
well,
okay.
I'm holding a book. He also wrote the book called "The Monsters Know What They're Doing," and the blog.
Yes.
Anyways, so I'm super excited to have him on. Anyways, so we're gonna go around the table, tell us who you are, and what you liked about the session, and then we'll close out, starting with Garmore.
Hi, my name is Matthew, and I play Garmor, the Circle of the Moon Druid. This was a good deal to get back into one of my first variants of my first character that I've ever built. It's good to be back to using him, even though he was just a raven the whole time.
You made it work.
We
Yeah,
got
made
through.
it work.
You dispelled a lock that we couldn't get through.
Yeah. And it was a good opportunity for me to test out this new microphone.
Yeah, sounds good.
There you go.
All right, how about Joram?
I had a lot of fun tonight, and I definitely had to play a little bit different than usual, even compared to how I played Joram back in the day. So.
All right. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
Oh.
And Austin.
Hey guys, I'm Austin, the guy who doesn't usually roleplay with talking.
fooled
But
me.
I played Raven the Crow. He brings out a certain aspect of me apparently, and I very very tough to roleplay. That's like I told you at one point. I was like, I make up some bullshit excuse,
That's okay. That is a perfectly
And,
fine way to play.
and then I ended up figuring out an excuse anyway, so it actually worked out.
Right.
Usually, like, I mean, I play an assassin because I want to get that drop on the guy. Because my initial plan when we were in the bone corridor, my initial plan was, cool, find that guy, literally kill him by assassinating him, and then we just keep on moving. And then I was like, well, if he just went through the door, and I just play dead, how hard could it be?
Steve says,
Clearly very hard.
Steve says the Raven and Garmore ethics scene was so cool. And I agree. I enjoyed listening to it every minute of it.
It's, I mean,
Yeah, and I really appreciate the compliment of my role playing. That means a lot because I'm fairly new at this game.
it's
And
Well-
we only meet like every other Friday, mostly,
sometimes
and
longer,
that
yeah.
means a lot.
Well, and it's interesting too because we both do play very different characters in terms of moral standpoint. So it is very natural for Raven to kind of think like, well, if this is our job, we gotta see it through to the end. And of course, with all the backstory and the previous things he's done, he's pretty contractual when it comes to things. So to him, it would make sense to forge a contract, even if it meant that he's on the losing end. At the very least, he has something that he can work with to make it into something better. And obviously, with Garmore, he's like, why the fuck would you want to meet with the demigod and get us all killed? Which makes
All
sense.
right.
A demi-devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank
So,
you
very fun.
so much. I had a blast. I want to thank everyone for joining us. I am your host, Total Dumas, and I hope that you'll join us for more adventures. Look forward to continuing.
Also-
yeah.
Before you totally close out, are we playing these characters again then, or no?
My plan is to finish this campaign having these guys run parallel.
Okay.
I wanted to try something different, and
Okay.
so my plan is to have the two different teams doing different aspects of the adventure, and their
Okay.
collective effort leading to hopefully success. That really depends on you guys and roles, but
Yeah.
I'm really excited. So you'll probably
We'll see
play them.
about that one,
You'll
yeah.
play them a few more times. You won't play these as much as you're playing your main characters, but
Right.
the Azure
Okay.
Crows will be making a return. We will go beyond where we're at now. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do that in the next session or the session after it. I'll let you guys know. So,
Okay.
Okay.
all right, everyone, wave at the camera and say goodbye. Keep your blades
guys.
sharp and spells prepared.